Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman. Welcome. There you are. Take a seat and enjoy Pedalboard 101. Quite surprisingly, heavily requested. I guess some of you guys who are using digital amplifiers with effects built in, or maybe practice amps, it's time to venture forth into Valve tube land, and somewhere you've got to get started and buy a bunch of pedals and put together your first ever pedal board. I'm quite jealous because I remember 30 years ago when I started acquiring pedals. It never ends. I'm sorry to tell you that. Everybody in the comment section will I tell you, it never ends. Gear addiction syndrome is a real thing. You will be constantly acquiring pedals. That's enough of my chatter. I've got a board already prepared, and I have some more affordable variants behind me that I'm going to show you one at a time, and what I'd like to call Chappers reveals pedals he recommends for your first pedal board. Mystery pedal number one that I recommend for your first pedal board in Pedalboard 101 is the incredible TU series of pedals by Boss. You will never be able to destroy this pedal, ever. It is impervious to flame, arrows, no matter what you throw at it. You can vomit on it, cover it in Guinness. I've seen all these things happen. I'm sure someone set one on fire at one point and threw arrows at it. They're really, really good. It's the only tuning pedal I would ever recommend. And yeah, sorry to other brands that make a tuning pedal. In my opinion, this is the best tuning pedal ever made. It keeps you in tune, which is really good. Also, you might not know that within this tiny white chassis of joy is a little tiny bit of a line boost, and some people would say makes a difference to the way your guitar sounds. So that's my recommendation for pedal number one. Let's take a look at pedal number two. Drum roll, please. Pedal two is a wah pedal. I recently made a blindfolded wah pedal challenge over at Andertons channel with my friend Captain Lee. If you've ever been looking for the opportunity to witness the fitness of my friend Lee dressed from head to toe in skin-tight green lycra, now is your chance. Head on over after you've liked and subscribed to this channel to go and check out the joy of my buddy in green lycra. I chose the Dunlop Crybaby wah as the best wah pedal of all the wahs I had tried while I was blindfolded, and I stand by that because in my opinion it's got the authentic tone. They've been making these for donkey's years since they were originally intended for trumpet players and now guitarists. And I love them. It's a really expressive pedal. If you've never used one before, you put your foot on top, and as you move it, it changes a frequency sweep for the guitar. You can either click it and set it in a position, or you can actively use it, and that's what I really like to do. I'll show you that in a minute. Pedal number three that I recommend you purchase immediately if you do not already own is a Tube Screamer. Probably not a surprise to many of these hardened and experienced players who were swiftly wondering, why am I watching this video when I already own 50 pedals? If you own more than 50 pedals, could you please comment in the comment section below, I own more than 50 pedals, and then a little emoji that expresses your joy or dissatisfaction at that realization. The Tube Screamer is important to own, in my opinion, because there are so many pedals that do something like it. It's useful to have the original as a reference point. And you can do a couple of cool things with it. You can either use it as a Tube Screamer to give you gain so that your guitar has more gain, or turn the gain off, or almost entirely off, crank up the level and crank up the tone. Then it's a boost pedal, which you could use in the loop to give you lots of boost, or you could put in the front to give you a little bit of boost and a bit more gain because it's pushing the preamp valves. On my pedal board, I have the full fat version. They're both great. I think the full fat one is good. If you can get a vintage one, even better, because we know us guitarists, old things sound better, and that includes people as they age. Pedal numero quattro, number four, is any kind of really good reverb pedal. I mean, look, I went for the Mooer A7 because they sent me one, and I really like it. It's actually great. Fairly affordable, has a whole bunch of different reverbs inside. Reverb and delay make such a difference to my mood when I'm playing. You feel like you have to work a little bit less hard when you've got a bit of reverb on, but it sets a scene for the music to happen in. and I really like that. And I admire people like Devin Townsend and Steve Vai, who use and layer reverbs and delays to create these incredible landscapes, these scenes in which music occurs. Experiment with a really good reverb, a really good delay. I am using the Immerse reverberator from New Neighbor, which is the one I've been using for years, because it is both a delay and a reverb on one particular setting, and it gives me everything I need in one pedal, which is great for the footprint. So now you've got a tuner, a wah pedal, an overdrive pedal, and a delay reverb. Now, my delay reverb are in the loop. If I wanted to experiment with chorus pedals, flange pedals, anything that alters the color of the sound, I would put those in the loop. Anything that is going to make it fuzzy or overdriven or distorted, I would tend to put in the front of the amplifier. There are no hard and fast rules, and I would urge you to experiment with different locations, because you might create something really cool that could end up being a sound that you really enjoy using. So people will say, no, you're supposed to put a wah pedal in the front. You are, but have you ever tried putting a wah pedal in the loop? See what happens? Might be interesting for you. Or have you ever tried putting a tube screamer on a boost mode in the loop? Check it out, it might be a cool thing. So let's take a listen to the tuning pedal first. Just kidding, I'm just gonna tune my guitar momentarily. Oh look, it's an ML1 Pro Hybrid from Chapman Guitars, a fantastic British guitar company that I highly recommend you check out. I know the guys really well, and I've always spoken highly of them. And yeah, you should go and take a look at Chapman Guitars. They have a store. Shipping is free right now. You can buy any guitar from their store and you'll get it shipped for free. Local taxes apply. See terms and conditions. So I'm tuned because my Wadzercraft tuner is incredible, but also you might not know that contained within is a switch that allows you to change between having that little tiny boost to the circuit or true bypass. It could be either. So I like that. I like it a lot. The wah pedal. So, by the way, my amp, which is a Victory V30, is set to the crunch channel, sorry, the clean channel, but crunched with a very mild crunch, so that I can get kind of a clean sound. What I'm doing is I am mimicking any valve amp that has a little bit of character, bit of crunch if you wind it up. So then on a middle, because I've got this hybrid pickup configuration with single coils and humbuckers, I can really back it off and get some sort of kind of clean tones. Sort of kind of. Or if I wind it up and put it on a humbucker, with the wah pedal, that sounds amazing. Or set it to a frequency that you enjoy and leave it there. That's the wah pedal. Buy one, they're really, really fun. Now, my tube screamer, I've set it to everyday normality. It's a tube screamer. We're going to be using the gain. So here it is with the gain. The one problem with buying a vintage tube screamer is that the light is really dim, so I have to kind of look over it to see if it's on, which is a bit of a pain. Anyway, tube screamer plus amp equals joy. But another way of using it is you could wind off the gain and use the volume and the tone more as a boost pedal. Let's check that out now. So we're going to go from this to this. I actually prefer using a tube screamer that way. It sounds more natural because it's really just pushing the valves. You're getting the sound of the amplifier rather than the sound of a pedal. Next up, it is the only pedal here on the floor that I have through the effects loop. Reverbs and delays, they make a big difference. That riff, I wrote it with an original ML1 hot rod prototype, and this immersed reverberator, because it kind of put me in this, I could see a space, I see a room, and I write when I see a place. I don't know if that makes any sense to you at all. I'm quite hanging this morning, sorry about that. Anyway, if you put them all together, gain, a good delay reverb, a nice expressive wah pedal, the world is your oyster when we're allowed to play live again. Again. Well, there you go. I really hope that was in any way useful for you, that you enjoyed it, that you're looking to go out and spend thousands of pounds on exotic pedals and enjoy being creative and expressive. I'm off for an incredible Indian meal. Take it easy. Chappers' left-handed salute for the South Poor Army, who I have not forgotten. Bye.